Right, in this video I'm going to talk about paint kettles. They're also called paint cans or paint pots. I actually prefer the metal ones. There's a couple of reasons really. Plastic ones, I don't find them heavy enough sometimes. When you put a little bit of paint in the bottom, because you never want too much. Paint pots just swings about too much. I like the bit of weight in those. Plus, on some of them the edge is really fat. And when you're using it and you're wiping your brush on the edge, the paint ends up creeping over there and creeps round and starts dripping off. And it's got a funny edge underneath as well, so when you're wiping it with your brush, it just goes everywhere and you end up with drips coming off it. And sometimes when it starts touching your overalls, you end up covered in paint on one side. If you've ever seen some painters and they're absolutely covered on one side in paint, it's more than likely they're using plastic paint pots like that and getting paint all over them. It doesn't seem to happen the same with a metal one. They're just a lot better to hold, and the edge, with it being a sharp edge, the paint tends to never go down the edge. It always runs back the way you're wiping it off, especially if you're quite careful when you do it. The odd time you have to give it a quick wipe, but again, the edge being flat, you don't seem to get as much paint on you. That's it. So there's loads of different types with paint kettles, paint pots, and I mean some of them that's got a better edge to it, but the handle on that is just, it's no good. When you go to tip the pot to get a paint, it's hitting your knuckles straight away there, and it's that close. When you push the handle down, you can't even get your thumb near it. Whereas these, where the handle drops round, you can actually hold it. That you can't hold, there's nothing to hold. So you've got trouble pouring your paint back. I mean, these plastic ones, they're not too bad. The handle's a bit better. You can hold that. And in some circumstances, depending on what paints you are actually using, it's better to use a plastic container. Particularly with varnishes and clear varnishes, you don't really want to be putting a water-based clear varnish near a metal pot, and also using a pure bristle brush that's got black bristles, because it actually comes out as like a dye within the varnish, the clear varnish. That's with water-based varnish, so you're better using synthetic brushes for a water-based varnish and a plastic pot. So they do have the uses, but the metal pots are just perfect. What I tend to do is I'll have a certain types of pots for my emulsions. They're usually the bigger pots. That's quite a small pot actually. I'll show you one that is better. That's bigger, and that's mainly used for my emulsion. Obviously, because you're going to use a lot more of that. But when you're actually glossing and doing smaller amounts of paint work, you can use smaller pots. And these ones, I like to use these for undercoats and gloss. Don't know what it is, obviously because of the size on some of them. I've got them on down there, they're all big pots the rest of the way. I've also got other videos where I show you how to burn your kettles out, and then how to seal them, and, well, how to clean them and seal them in another video, so you can have a look at them. I think that's about it. Actually, there is one other thing. When you buy these new pots, some of them are coated in an oil. You can give them a bit of a wipe, and what you need to do, especially if you're going to be using emulsions, water-based paints, you need to seal the metal, otherwise they'll rust. So what you can use is oil-based undercoats or oil-based gloss, but for a quicker alternative you can use knotting. Give them a coat of knotting, and within 30 minutes you can use these pots for water-based paints. That's it.